Gooner, Ronnie Piper, and tractor boy Luke Hume were on a search for a team with pride, passion, and glory. They went to the Big Apple and found the New York Red Bulls. From the Garden State to the Empire State, red runs deep.
Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of the RBNY UK podcast in lovely 2024. The season is underway, 4 points from 6 on the road, which is a very great start to see. It's a very promising start. Obviously, we'll be talking about the 2 games coming up, but most importantly, Luke, we're back into the season now. Before we was a bit unsure, but first of all, how are you doing?
Not too bad. It's been 2 weeks of the first episode. I couldn't get episodes together last week. We're back for game week 3 coming out.
Yeah.
Game week 3. And my Bulls haven't lost yet.
No.
I draw on the road. Both results are away from home. So I went on the weekend. And I went down in Houston.
Yeah.
Which is not a place where Bull goes off anymore because obviously hard work now. We don't play many Western games, but I don't think we played Houston in many years.
No.
Not I can remember anyway.
Got to say, just before we talk about the games in depth, obviously, we was always a bit unsure, especially in the MLS. Road games are always tricky anyway. Start the season, you don't know how the team's going to gel. Obviously, a few new areas there have been added, but on a whole, it's been actually very enjoyable so far. And there seems to be a joint togetherness already of the team, which is quite impressive. Depending, Sandro Swartz obviously only had the lads for only a few months now. Got to say, and I think the most important thing is the journalists around the league as well. We're actually saying it's actually quite fun to watch the Red Bulls at the moment, which wasn't the case the same time this time last year.
Yeah, I think it's quite easy to see what sort of influence Forsberg has on the team.
Yeah.
Obviously, now officially wearing an armband. We saw sort of leadership stance.
Yeah.
Which I still think this is a bold choice to give it to a player who's not been a 6 months yet, but two games and haven't lost yet.
Yeah. We're
going back to the arena this weekend. Look to make it 3 unbeaten.
Yeah, like I say, I think that's the main place to talk about. Obviously, it's 4 points out of the 6 so far. Obviously, quite a close game. The first one could have gone either way. I think on another weekend we probably would have won that game, but 4 points out of 6, and I think there is obviously no other better way. I would say they're a sweep, but there's a certain other sweep that's really caught my eye as well. But before we talk about the rest of that, Emil Forsberg, all right, he's going to have a few shots a game. We've seen that, but you can see his quality already. How he moves with the ball, his striking ability. All right, he's hit the crossbar twice from free kicks. Nearly have got it, but what a player to watch. Obviously, I know people say he's been in Europe, he's played hundreds of games for Leipzig, he's captain Leipzig as well, but he's a good player.
He's a good player, and he's not that old.
No.
Like, compared to, he's, 30?
He doesn't look like he's aging, like how he's going about his business. He's not strolling around the pitch.
He's not there for, like, he's not there for a holiday in New York. He's there to win trophies.
Yeah.
And it's that sort of stuff that club needed in the last 5 years, really.
Yeah.
Was a player who wants to be there, his hands to the set, and we got him. I begin to see that sort of interplay with him like Van Zier. Van Zier didn't have the debut season we all hoping for a magnitude reason, obviously for very high profile reason, which won't go into details because I think
everyone spoke about it.
Everyone needs to be said in that situation. But if you take it away from that situation, it wasn't a debut season we were expecting, or really, but we were relying on him to do.
Yeah.
Like, not really adapt to his. My concern about DP, but about Van Zier, he doesn't look like he's a DP player enough week in, week out to be on that DP contract. That's my only concern with him. But looking better.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I think he's definitely started the season well. I think like him and Elias Manuel do have a good combination up front. Manuel, I've got to give him credit. He does. Obviously, it was the thing last year that he didn't have the best regular season, but playoffs he exploded. And it seems so far that he's actually playing quite well. He's dynamic. He's interesting to watch. Obviously, got his goal as well. Very well taken header against Houston.
Yeah.
But the team is playing very well. I think Edelman, we don't have to say much about him because he's been fantastic and he will be fantastic. But a certain new man at the back who's really caught my eye.
Yeah.
What a young little player he is. Obviously, I think everyone, when we see him, this young Swede, we thought, oh, it's some sort of agreement with Forsberg. We're just going to bring in a few other Swedes. I've got to apologise. I thought that might have been the case, but he's looked sensational. And he's already taken Reyes out of the team, who, in my personal opinion, was our best centre back last season. But he's looked so calm, collected, but also something that we've not always had. Fantastic on the ball as well. He receives the ball under pressure. Doesn't mind having to move with it. Quite capable on his left foot and right foot. And when he's had to shift into that left back role when other people pushed up, so he's looking good.
They're very good. I think you're right. I think when we saw him, we thought, oh, he's one of 4 better mates. And we've seen it before. Remember we signed John Rooney? We tried to get Ryan Rooney to come here. We signed Kaka's brother.
Yeah.
And someone else as well we signed. No, we did reverse when we signed brother to get Sean.
Yeah.
But Sean. But yeah, I think we all sort of thought, what these mates, like it's not name foot manager.
Yeah, same agents.
When you football manager.
Yeah, bring someone from you.
Bring a player to get settled in the team. But what he looks really good. Obviously, very young.
Yeah.
Come from Malmo.
Yeah.
Big club and you're at football and it's like, whoa, like he's into proof stuff.
Yeah, no, I've been very impressed. Obviously, it was nice as well. Looking the second game, obviously we missed John Tolkien for the first one, but he come back for the second one. New haircut, obviously the buzz cut. But obviously John Tolkien at the end of the day. It's just good to see him
back on the season. Well, a lot of people did not think big question marks. Will he be or 2024? Yeah. He's here for at least until the summer.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting period. What happens with Tolkien now?
Yeah.
Like we saw Kane Clark. I'm not just for a minute. There could be the same situation, but Kane Clark was buzzing, lighting up MLS. Got a move to Leipzig, and then had his appendix out.
Yeah. And
never was the same player. Now back in MLS with, I want to say Minnesota.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And so it'd be really interesting, sort of 4 or 5 months. He's got to prove me why he should get a European move.
Yeah, I think as well in terms of proving himself, and obviously it was an absolutely sensational finish in the game against Houston. Obviously, to get us for 3 points. Lewis Morgan. Yeah. Obviously, we're really banking. Obviously, missed pretty much the whole of last season due to injury.
Well, even when he did play, he wasn't fit.
But he looks his dynamic self again, and that finish.
Oh, incredible!
That's what we was missing last year. It's obviously it was their defensive error that let us have the chance, but most people will be taking that on another step, and playing it across body to the keeper.
I think also what good about Lewis Morgan is he's not afraid to go for shots.
No.
Not afraid to go for shots. That's something we missed last year.
Yeah.
We were 2-1 taking that shot here. He's not afraid to do that. And I think for me he's a striker now.
Yeah. He's
not a midfielder. He's basically something like the 20-year-old at West Ham.
Yeah.
For me he's our main man. Like Forsberg slightly off.
Yeah.
And Lewis Morgan's out there and Manuel. I think you keep Lewis Morgan fit, he gets you 20 goals again next year.
This is the
I gets you in the playoffs at least.
Yeah, this is the thing with Lewis Morgan. That season, obviously, he was top goal scorer. He was unbelievable. And that was when he was still getting acclimatised a bit more to the MLS. Now, he's acclimatised to the league, but looks. He was sharp. He looked, like we said, he come on a few games. I believe one of the games was down in Florida, I think it was, that he come off the bench and he looked sluggish. He was holding his back. He didn't look right. But now, when he's getting the ball, he's gone. Yeah. That's what was so good. He was so dynamic before that he would take 1 yard and he's gone. Yeah. Whereas some players, obviously, a bit scrappy. So that's what we was crying out for at times last year. And like I say, it's only going to be a benefit to us now that he's firing on all cylinders. Yeah. See, don't rush him straight into start. Who knows? It could be in the starting 11 this weekend. But no need to rush him into it because it's the long game. It's a long season. There's a lot of travelling. Obviously, the home games are easier to settle someone in at. you're going around the corner, not obviously
Yeah.
all the way down to Houston or you're going wherever you're going to go over in the States. But I think it's been very positive. Like I say, tactics.
What's it start?
There's a clear, I know we've used this terminology before and everyone uses it quite a lot in football now about an identity, but it really is. I think Sam Short's really understood. It's looked back at the Red Bulls and gone, high press, we love high press. Everyone loves high press, we want.
Yeah.
But that was on a different level at times. But also playing lovely football, which I think you're going to have to agree that at the beginning of last season, up until probably halfway through the season, it was long or cross.
Yeah. It's got a lot of identity last year.
Now, getting the ball 1-2, triangle, it's been very enjoyable.
Even when Troy came in, we weren't playing amazing football. Like, we got results, but we weren't playing beautiful football. And I think everyone knew that. So, like, we're sort of going up now. The style of players are proven. That's what you want to see. The style of play doing well. Yeah, I think keep the style of play going well, and you will get results from that. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think obviously this weekend's going to be another test as well. First game back at Red Bull Arena in 2024. It's one now that you've got to push on. Now you've got 4 points out of 6 on the road. This is now where you take someone back to RBA. You put 2 or 3 past them, you go on to 7 points. Then people in the league. I always say the first 5 games don't really matter. But if you come out of the first 5 games with 13 points or whatever it might be, or even if you're on 10, or say you're on 11, 3 games, 3 wins, 2 draws, people in the league are going to go, actually, no, these are serious issues. And then they will give you that respect on the pitch. And last year, where we started so slow, people were like, oh, they're going to take it. We're going to come to RBA and we're just going to impose ourselves, which the prior 10 years was people would line up in that tunnel and they'd already hardly lost the game. Or I'm not sure the atmosphere is going to be big, they're going to be pressing us high. Restore that fortress. Like I say, you never want to get carried away, but I honestly do think it's going to be an enjoyable season. It might not need an eternal glory or whatever it might be, but it's football. It's soccer that we want to watch every week. And there was times last year where I think every single person listening to this, everyone associated with the Red Bulls, there was a few games where we would have been, I'm going to watch it because I'm not going to miss a game, but it's not going to be all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
But now, you want to watch the games.
Yeah, I agree. Like, obviously, Apple TV back again.
Oh, it's lovely as well.
Apple TV. But it's always handy. Apple TV back. Yeah, it's just a really good deal, really, isn't it?
All right. Like we say, obviously, it's Dallas coming up. Obviously, might as well just get the whole of Texas out of the way while we're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just throw Texas at us, it's fine.
All the whole state.
Yeah, might as well. But like,
give us Cowboys.
Yeah, but everyone beats the Cowboys. But no, like we say, obviously Dallas is not going to be an easy game. They always play very good football. Got a very good roster of players as well. But I suppose it's always the predicament. It's obviously very different to how it works in like the Premier League or the European football system where you play everyone twice.
Yeah.
But I like playing these trickier games to begin with, like a different array of teams. You don't want to be playing all the same kind of teams. You want to get an establishment for the rest of the season. You don't want to just be like, playing all the same teams over and over again. Yeah. That's why it was quite nice not to see a DC or someone like that, Philly or NYCFC in the first few games. Obviously, they're coming up, but obviously looking forward now. Obviously, it's Saturday night going into Sunday morning. It's 7:30, obviously Eastern time, midnight for us. Yeah. But looking forward to the game. Obviously, I don't think the lineup's going to change too much. I think that's fair enough to say. But if I have to throw out, is there any changes you would make at the moment? Or
I don't think you drop one team, but you have to. And like, I agree with what you said about Lewis Morgan earlier. You don't rush him in. Keep him on the bench. Work his way up to being in the first team again. Yeah. We don't want to whack him. He was whacked last year. Look where he got that. That's absolutely nowhere. He was whacked too quickly, and he couldn't play any matches. Yeah. He went back at square one. Yeah. Be careful with him. But give him another maybe half an hour. Yeah. Or 40 minutes.
Yeah, bring him on half time.
Bring him on
just slowly into it. Go 10 minutes, 20 minutes, then
Yeah.
30 minutes, 45, then give them 75 stuff. But like I say, I wouldn't be, if I read the team sheet and it was Dante and Lewis Morgan up front or Elias Manuel and Morgan, I don't think anyone would be surprised.
No.
So, like I say, it'd be quite an intriguing one. Obviously, Dallas have started 2 games, 1 win, 1 loss.
Oh, sure.
So it's,
Yeah.
you can't gauge anything. As we said, I've said previously, it takes 5, if not 7, 8 games to really judge a team. Obviously, Miami get to play before everyone every single game, so they get the advantage of everyone's playing. It seems like I forget that they play midweek games now because everyone's got to watch it.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day. But overall, we can't complain so far. Obviously, it was quite intriguing. I thought first game, obviously having a few ex-Red Bulls, obviously Drew Yearwood, Sean Davis. I'm not even getting to that red card because that was a red card. You want to try and kick someone's head off and not get a red card. Yeah. That was the definition of, right, let's not make a big decision on first game of the season that we have to set a precedent for the rest of the season.
Especially with replacing the referees at the moment.
I was like, surely, when he gave a red, like they went around, I was like, oh, fair enough. They've actually made the right decision. Fair enough. Then it's gone over to VAR, and I'm like, what have you seen on VAR here that is clear and obvious? His boots here.
Yeah.
He's caught him. All right, he's not studded him in the face.
Yeah, still.
But
yeah,
like I say, for the rest of the season now, any high foot, it's not a red card.
Yeah.
But what else don't get into referees? Obviously, Alex Will played as well.
Will plays.
I thought Drew Yearwood was very similar to our Red Bulls performance. They looked good at times, but they're most a bit shaky. But it's funny. I thought it was quite funny how Drew Yearwood's first game for him in the MLS was against us.
Yeah, it's quite ironic. Yeah. There was some facts about Dallas.
This should be interesting.
So this is the 48th time that New York Red Bulls and Dallas all in all their name conventions, obviously. Dallas with Dallas Burn and the Metro Stars. In regular season only, Red Bulls hold the advantage in the all-time series with a record of 23-17-7. So
a bit one-sided, that one.
The Red Bulls are also won. It's got 16-6 record in their home openers in franchise history, including an 8-3-3 mark out of a Blue Arena since 2010. So statistically, they've got good chance.
I was just saying,
and this is even a better start. New Red Bulls are unbeaten in their last 9 home regular season matches against FC Dallas, with a record of 7-0-2.
Well, we know where this is going now after we've read out all the statistics. We don't like to be a bot here, but no, like I say, it's going to be a very intriguing game, obviously, this Saturday night, Sunday morning. Obviously, like I say, it's very hard to judge early on, but I think everyone who's going to the game or watching the game is going to be expecting a win. Just how we've been playing so far at home. Like I say, they're an unknown quantity so far.
Yeah.
So what happens, we don't really know. But do you expecting a win, or at least I'm not really looking. I know we always look for wins, and it sounds stupid, but it's not always about the win this early in the season. It's about the performance. But being the first game at Red Bull Arena, you want to set that precedent for the rest of the season. So realistically, it's a win that we're going after.
It would get your home opener. You want to win the home opener.
Yeah.
Like, we always want to win the first game, I think.
I was going to say, because following after this game, obviously we've got the Crew as well, the following Saturday, which will be a very tricky game, obviously in Columbus.
Yeah.
It's never an easy place to go, Columbus. So my question to you, obviously, we're looking at the next game. We've got this road game. We've got this home game, and then we've got a road game.
Yeah.
Minimum is 3 points.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Minimum 3 points. I'd be very happy with 4. Be very happy with 4, as long as it's winning at home. Drawing away. But then again, if you draw at home, then you win the away game.
Yeah.
Prediction for, obviously, over the next 2 games. So we start, obviously, this weekend. Have you got a prediction for the game? And not just score, but like how you think it's going to be a performance-based wise?
I think they had to come on the front foot.
Yeah.
They had to come on the front foot. I think Red Bulls will get a bit fair. I think they'll get a lot of Dallas. I'll go for a nice clean sheet at 2-0.
Nice. Yeah.
Victory.
Got to take that one.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think for my score itself, I think with how we're looking so far in terms of possession on the ball, I would say I'm going to go 3-1. We always do like conceding here and there. I think FC Dallas obviously do have good strike force and good power. However, I'm going to say I've got a feeling that Dante's going to score. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I'm going to go for a 3-1 to Red Bulls. And then obviously turning our attention over to the Columbus game, which is next Saturday. It's obviously going to be a trickier game again. Obviously, it's a bit of an earlier kickoff. It's at 6:30 Eastern time, 11:30 GMT time, which obviously for anyone over in the UK. Yeah, again, that's going to be a very, very hard game on the road. I'm probably expecting. I'm going to say probably I can't see us getting anything from that game. I think it's one that we can go in and take. It's a bit of a free hit in terms of it's a strong performance required. It's a similar one when we play into Miami coming up in a few weeks near the end of March. So I would probably say close to a fair that one. So I'd probably say 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 in the Columbus game to the Crew, but I'm just hoping that we put up a good performance and we continue on. Funny enough, people wondering where the lovely co-host has gone. He's currently trying to do some design work on a whiteboard to the site, which is an RBNY UK tic-tac-toe, which when he comes back in screen now, he's actually going to have a clue. I had no idea for context what's going on. So he's going to bring this on screen in a second, which is a new idea that we have going forward. So I will let the man with the rather oversized whiteboard thinking that here's Sandro Schwartz. But yeah, because they can see it. But for this segment, rather than calling him Sandro, Chris Armas, please come back and join us.
Right.
So just tell the people going on, obviously, it's tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, it's tic-tac-toe.
I can see RBNY UK at the top.
So this is, I'll be honest, this is not something I thought of. This is undoubtedly nicked by those YouTubers I've seen online. So we all know tic-tac-toe. Like, noughts and crosses.
Yeah.
Very slightly different. This is going to be like RBNY or MLS version. So we're going to do it, we get us over time, we'll be able a ranking. Today we'll give it a go. At each time we're going to have different themes. So for example, in 2 weeks' time, who will play in 2 weeks' time? But that was the same feature we play into Miami.
Yeah.
Miami into Miami time. There might be New Red Bulls, people who play for New Red Bulls and to Miami. So Lewis Robles.
Funny enough, in 2 weeks it is in the Miami.
I think it's only Lewis Robles who play for them. Oh, and Lewis Robles.
Yeah.
But today, RBNY plus English.
Andros Reyes is there as well.
Yeah, it's true. There's a few. What we're going to do today, me and Ronnie will give it a go today.
Oh, lovely.
Because just sort of let you get an idea of how it's going.
Yeah.
And then in the future, when we do more episodes, we get guests on this. And you will look a bit more neat than this on a whiteboard. We're going to get some nice graphics.
Yeah.
But today's on a whiteboard because show us all this podcasts. It's like for in a moment.
Yeah.
In a moment.
Right, let's take it on.
Oh, yeah, take it on, shall we?
Right, so I'm very intrigued here. I have no idea really what's going on. So he's going to explain it obviously as we go.
Yeah, so they got the 3 uneven boxes.
So definitely not.
The people I work with in my job will hate some of it. So sorry, Josh, no. But basically, so I'll start bits.
Yeah.
Now I'll go top right. So it's going to be something played for New Red Bulls and also in English. So
gotcha.
I start with the obvious one.
Lovely.
But obviously the idea is you don't want me to get 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So it's over to you now, Ronnie.
Sean Wright Phillips.
Right, Phillips. Where do you want to go?
Go in the middle.
There?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going for cult legend now. Mainly because one reason he shared a name with me, also because he's a legend. Luke Rogers. So, Luke Rogers.
I'm going to go for one of my cult heroes of the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Super Tom Edwards. I'm going to put that in the bottom left.
I'm moving into it.
Because he could cover right, he can cover left, so he's going to go left back in this one. Obviously, Tom Edwards, fantastic. Obviously, now at Huddersfield in the Championship.
Yeah.
And did see a few Red Bulls fans looking at his jerseys the other day. Personally, not for me, but it's probably a good one for them to pick up. Especially if, I think a lot of people as his fans thought he was actually at the cup.
So, should we have different pens for?
Should have, but we'll just keep going.
We'll do it for the future.
Yeah.
So, I need to think of someone.
Oh,
No, I've got someone in my head, but I don't know the.
we're gonna have to,
I think someone who most people probably forgot about, Josh Sims.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
now applying his tried in the Scottish Premier. Very good player he was, but obviously on loan from Southampton.
COVID sort of killed him.
Yeah.
It.
No,
I
exactly.
mean, if COVID
Yeah.
hadn't stricken him, could have probably stayed here. I think.
Yeah. No,
But
I
I think
think
COVID being in a different country never going to work out with COVID. A little bit of time, he'd always end up back in Southampton, which is a shame. He looked promising when we saw them.
right, for the top middle, I'm going to go with one of my favourite Red Bull players of all time. Now, infamously on the Apple TV commentary coverage team, and that's the one and only Mr. Sam. See, Lloyd Sam himself. An absolute fantastic player for the Red Bulls. Remember, obviously, him with Bradley. It was a nice little English combination going on then. Actually, you've got to say, not trying to be biased, but one of my favourite commentators actually on Apple. I think he takes it not as serious as some of them.
Yeah.
And like you're talking to a mate in a pub, which is always
Yeah,
great fun.
So I need to go one of these. I'm going, and that again, that an interesting route. He's a brother of a famous twin, not a famous footballer, not that Thorwell Phillips, Don Mooney, who played that, mainly played USA Cup matches.
No, it looks like there's only one place to go.
Mooney.
And like I say, I think for my one, obviously working from top left, obviously having Bradley Wright Phillips, massive Arsenal fan. Sean Wright Phillips, obviously, that is a massive Arsenal legend. We're going to continue the Arsenal theme, and in the bottom right-hand corner, I'm going for someone to come through the Arsenal Academy. Obviously, left the Red Bulls this summer, Drew Yearwood. Obviously, for us, very local boy, but was
For context, if we left this place, this studio, I went 10 minutes out of that way, turn left, would basically be where he was born.
so very local to us. Obviously, Mr. Yearwood now applying his trade, obviously elsewhere in the MLS, but
So basically, it's not a point unless I got for one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I am struggling. I do have someone in my head.
right.
His name. It's hard to think.
I say there's not many English
No,
Canadians.
I think I'm I've done.
If it was UK, it brings in
Yeah.
a few more into the question.
I've got someone in my head. I'm gonna say it.
Right,
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Manuel Egbo.
correct. Last I knew, I think he's now left, but was applying his trade in League One. I believe he was at Swindon
Really,
Town.
he was.
Yeah, he was at Swindon Town, obviously in the third division of English football. I remember that, so I was randomly watching a game. I knew he'd signed for it, but I kind of forgot. And a couple of
See,
seasons.
another one.
Yeah, might as well change the nation up.
I was thinking, we used to play Nashville. Oh, right, Nashville. So we got quite a good one, that is, isn't it? Well, we have to get different white colour pens this time.
Yeah. Obviously, for everyone watching this, obviously, you'll probably be screaming out some, but like we
Let
say,
me know in the comments.
yeah, like I say, if you've got one that we haven't said, feel free to say along as we go. Obviously, we're doing different ones and not just always is RBNY UK related, but obviously not always UK players or between two teams. So could be a lot of interesting options available.
The RBNY in Nashville. for the players who have played for both New Red Bulls and Nashville.
Yeah.
Don't have to play currently, but massive elites have played for both teams at one point.
Yeah.
Over to you. I'll let you start this time, Ronnie.
Well, I'm going to start with a certain man,
No, you can go for it.
and I'm going to start this in the bottom left-hand corner. You see, there's a certain fellow that now applies his trades in Georgia, and I'm going to say the one, the only. Dax McCarthy. I've got to give him, even though it's not Luke's answer, I've got to put his favourite player of all time on the ball straight away. So I will go for the bottom left, and it's Super Dax McCarthy. Yeah, Dax Hart. So if anyone is wondering who Dax Hart is, it's not a random player that we've signed to like a two-way contract. It is Dax McCarthy. So over to you now, Luke. How's your next player?
I think there's quite a few national players who played their trade both ways. I think one I was thinking about who came onto the scene during 2016, forced Lloyd Town out of the team, if you remember.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? Now, for his first goal in a Red Wedding,
Yeah.
in the Hassan Derby at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of his friends actually, I remember saying, he called it Alex McWill, or as all the confidence called him about 3 years before, as Alex McWill, which is still amazing.
Yeah.
People say for 3 years.
Tactics here. He's working out the tactics like he's Sandro.
Back over to you.
And I've got to say, someone who played alongside Dax McCarthy quite a bit
Yeah.
and learned, I would arguably say, learned his trade from Dax McCarthy at Red Bull Arena. One, Sean Davis, obviously.
Yeah.
I should have let you do this, so it was in red, what you should have been seeing in our game. But I will go Sean Davis and I will go top left, please. I wouldn't necessarily play him on the left wing, but for this occasion, I think he's got to go out there.
Again, another captain who left
Yeah.
us.
Agreed.
Oh, captain. And it's kind of a bit of a perks now about captain and armband.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like a captain for the first time he's not left to turn captain, to be honest. So obviously I need one here, I do. Who do I want? Again, we mentioned not long ago, he's a safe option. Drew the year, it's not going to be ended, but you know what? Nashville. Did 2 years out, 3 years at New York?
3 years.
3 years at New York, and now at Nashville. It's been an interesting year for him. He never really lived up to his potential on the Red Bulls, but probably a new start. He got that out.
So I'm going to go for a current Red Bulls player who's obviously played for both RBNY and Nashville. I think one of my favourite players in the team through pure work rate and determination, that's Dylan Nealis.
Yeah.
Obviously brother of Sean, but that was similar to the discussion we had earlier of was he just being brought in because of his brother, but Dylan has proved himself to be a real asset.
Yeah.
And I will put Dylan, actually I'll put him at bottom right. I will have him at right back. All right, he might be a centre back this season or whatever it might be, but I'll put Dylan there at right back. So over to you now to see if you can work out any other people.
Unspoken. What have been the options?
I don't think there's actually that many prior. I think there's not that many in general. There might be a couple we're missing out on, which I'm trying to think of. But I've named one, so it's in your call.
Yes.
I've got 3 on the board, so.
There's definitely one more.
Who is it?
I don't know. There's definitely one more. I know that for sure. Ooh. Ooh. Is there any more?
I can't think of any others. I've got 5. I had 5 in my head. 5 that have been noted down. Obviously 3 current Nashville players, 1 current Red Bulls player, obviously the 1 former of both, which is now playing in that fantasy.
Yeah.
But I do believe that's the only 5 that have actually ever played. The thing with Nashville obviously being a newer team, it brings back the older aspect of 2 of the older players. But what are we saying in this game? So if you don't actually connect your 3 together, but you name more than the other person, it might be a loophole, but I think 3 points are coming my way, unless there's a buzzer beater on Google that you can find, which obviously we don't accept Google answers. But
I don't think there, isn't it?
But so there we go. Obviously, that was our first instalment, obviously, of the RBNY UK TikTok. So obviously, next time Luke will actually look up the answers first, so he doesn't lose to me, which is going to be great fun. But obviously, depending on who we play, the game will slightly change. It might be rather than tic-tac-toe format, it might be going backwards and forth, or it could even be like doing the lie game where you say a number and you've got to name a certain amount of players to do with it, even if it's on their roster or not. But obviously, we've looked at the first 2 games. We've looked ahead now to the next one. Obviously, we're not too sure yet. There'll be another episode out before the Inter Miami game, which would be quite a massive game, that one. Obviously, they're looking absolutely sensational at the moment. Messi's looking very good. Suarez is looking good. Busquets is even playing well. So, guys, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, not just for Red Bulls, but also for the MLS. So, obviously, I've gave my prediction for the 2 games. You've given your prediction for, obviously, Dallas this weekend. How do you see the Columbus game going next Saturday?
Columbus.
Always a tricky place to go to.
Not a place we have great record with, really.
Right.
We all sort of struggle against, especially in playoffs, we all sort of struggled. Especially in Columbus, we know fare that well. I would take a road point.
Yeah, no, so I said that 4 points. I would be very happy with 4 points.
Win the game at home, get a point on the road.
So
That's the way to do it, I think.
Yeah, like I say, it would be very intriguing. Like whether you're listening along to this, let us know what you think about the next couple of games. Obviously, you might be listening to this after the Dallas game, so can you please tell us in advance what the score is, so we can put a few side pennies on the result, and then we might be able to get out to New York a bit quick. But like we say, obviously this is episode 2. There's a lot of things coming, a few things in the works as well, which is always good fun.
Yeah. But
But most important, obviously, as we say, I hope everyone out there, obviously the other side of the ocean, is staying safe, doing well. But the clock changes kind of slowly are coming, so it might be a bit lighter for a bit longer, so we might be able to stay out rather than being indoors at 6, waiting 6 hours for kick-off. But like I say, a massive thank you again for all the support so far this season that we've had. Obviously, a lot of stuff is coming this year, a lot better stuff as well. But any closing messages from you?
No, I mean, that's it.
That's what I'm saying. So we're looking forward to the next 2 games. Obviously, we'll be over on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it nowadays. We'll still be on there during the matches. But like I say, hope everyone out there is doing well, staying safe. And there's only one way to finish the RBNY UK podcast. Come on, you Red Bulls.